Okay, now we are open. Hi,
Hello.
I'm like
Hi.
Tolga. Yeah, you
Yes.
can just introduce yourself.
Myself. Yes, I'm from Turkey. Biological age 55, and been in spirituality for 3 years, thanks to you, Sebastian. And I was, uh, let's say, I want to use not awakened, but the term poked by you 3 years ago. Actually, it's been a little bit more than 3 years. And so ever since I've been following you and trying to learn about things about life, and especially that life we call wonderful. And after after a lot of time that I've studied about spirituality, I'm choosing my own path right now. So still studying and still learning, and and that's about it for the moment, I think.
Well,
So how do you want this to be? Do you want to me to ask questions to you, or
yeah,
how would you like?
let us see how it is working. We are not presetting any conditions.
Okay.
This is just to make aware that life can happen and we can sense life on our own very easily. This is opening life for the way it is happening to us. We are not trying to describe this is the only way or that is the only way in no conditions. We are just sensing life happening,
Mm-hmm.
trying to express it in the most comfortable convenient way. No reference with any books or any past life experience from anyone. No.
Yes. Uh, yeah. Well, most people wonder about you is that you've been telling me that you haven't read any books about spirituality, and then you're not following any guru, which actually it is a tradition in India that everyone has a guru, but not you. So
I,
how can we say that this realization uh, can happen? How does it happen by uh, without the effect of anybody? How does it happen to a person?
everything is affecting me. It's not anyone in particular. Everything around is affecting me. The water, the food, the air that I breathe, the people around me, everything is affecting. Just considering everyone as the way they are happening. It's not giving any exceptional importance to anything. Just giving equal importance to everything that is happening.
Uh, but most people they do come to the self knowing, the enlightenment, the term the enlightenment, they say, by after some traumas in their lives. So can you speak about anything else affecting you, just not the your I think that your environment, your community hasn't taught you what to do in life, but you came to this realization by yourself. So I mean, how does this happen? Actually, is there anything secret that you haven't told me before?
Ah, everyone is having their own realization, but they're not happy with their realization. I'm quite happy with my realization. That makes it wonderful. Everyone is having their realization, but they are not happy with their realization because they are connected with certain things and they cannot enjoy whatever they are connected with. You can get yourself connected with anything and simply sense the reality the way it is happening. If you are comfortable with that, the food that you eat, if you are not comfortable, what will you do? You will not eat that food. So similarly, it is very simple. It's not a complicated aspect to maintain yourself the way it is happening. It's very simple.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yes,
there-
you've been saying that this is the easiest and the simple way, and I believe it is the simple way. But actually, it is the most powerful way. But although it's said to be simple, it is hard to practice actually, because I'm not talking about you, but in general, public. It is hard to find yourself like a very to speak freely like you do, and then to be honest like you, and you have to be open to all possibilities. And how not everybody can do this. You are doing this on purpose, and then you're doing this naturally. So shall we wait for this to happen to us naturally, or do we have to follow some techniques?
your breathing, is that a technique that you have implemented? No. Your hunger, it's not a technique that no one has implemented in you. So there are natural instincts working in everyone. So you are not following the natural instincts. Instead, you are using yourself for someone or for some other reason. You're conditioned in the early stages of life, early childhood, when one is conditioned to behave for someone, and that is what everyone is going to suffer. Nothing else.
Hmm.
You're conditioned. You have to behave like this. I am supposed to be like this, and these conditions are the only thing that one is suffering. You are not suffering your hunger. You are not suffering your thirst, but you are suffering the conditions that has been tuned into your mind. Nothing
So,
else.
these the requirements, when they appear, they should appear naturally, and then you go with that requirement, and then you just find yourself in the flow. It's like natural living, daily living.
Yeah, quite natural, quite simple. So your heart is beating. And what is the consequence of your heartbeat? You are having sense. If your heart is not beating, your sense will go down. If your heart, the beat is rising, then also you cannot have clarity about the sense. So the heartbeat in a particular rhythm gives you a perfect sense. If your heartbeat is varying because you are not having a perfect sense of awareness, you are touching something which is not wanted for you, then your heartbeat will rise or it will go down. So maintaining yourself in the record space will give you a beautiful heartbeat that will give you the right sense.
Yeah. Let's the conditioning part of humans. It is in spiritual world. The conditioning is very well known, and then it's been, it's like a prerequisite to in the spiritual journey to know about all those conditionings. But other than that, uh, how do you defeat this conditioning? How to do you suppress your ego in some way, or do you how do you treat the ego uh, of person?
When your decision, when you are trying to implement your decision and that fails, then you will have ego. You are trying to implement your decision and fail, then you are struggling, then naturally your ego is developing. Why you want to implement your decision? Focus on the effectiveness of your living, not your decision. Just a sense that you are a beautiful happening. Why you want decisions to be executed? Why? Because you have trained to do something, and that training is bringing a ego for your mind. Nothing else. If you are not trained to be something, then quite naturally you are sensing life.
Hmm.
You are behaving. You are behaving because of certain training from past life, from the early life, not the past, the early life.
Right. Can we speak about ego a little bit more? Let's say, is the ego necessary for certain amount of ego is necessary for a person, or do you have to kill it entirely, like get rid of it?
Ego is an understanding of your limitation. That's all. It's nothing else. We do have limitations. We should understand the limitations, the prevailing limitations, according to your capacity. When you understand, that's it. You don't have to hide, or you don't have to, what to say, you don't have to suffer your limitation. This is it. It's quite natural.
You mean like you don't have to measure and compare things, and then otherwise it will build up your ego, and then the ego will obviously be harmful for your
Yeah,
body.
the ego will abuse you.
Hmm.
The ego itself will abuse you.
Yeah. Uh, there, today we're talking about a friend about ego. We asked him what ego is doing for us. He mentioned something like this. I don't know if you would agree that ego, when you are turning outwards, the ego is the protector of your physicality. It is like an alarm, and it gives you some sense of alertness before something happens to you. So you build up a little bit ego to protect this physicality, which is the body. Do you agree with this part? That this is the useful
Uh,
ego.
when you try to overdo your limitations, quite
Hmm.
naturally, ego will take over. Ego happens quite naturally when you are trying to be over smart than what you are. You be smart, there's nothing wrong in being smart. But when you are going to overdo your smartness, then ego has got to work quite naturally.
Hmm.
Ego will
Yeah.
come out.
So can we say that the ego is when you're looking inside, the ego uh, can harm you because it is kind of mimicking a personality. It is building up a personality which is other than you, and it is building a protection, like a screen that is protecting you. But it is actually uh, an imitation of the real self by developing another personality. So,
Hmm. Ego is actually you are not able to understand your existence the way it is. When you feel the natural self, oh, this is how it is. This is my nature. This is my true self. Then the ego is not disturbing. Ego won't disturb you. Even when you are pricked with a pin, you will have pain. You know, if you prick with your pin anytime, it will have give you pain. Similarly, you won't let yourself damaged by some probes. No, so you understand yourself. These are my capacities. These are my limitations. Without understanding, well, of course, ego will flare up, and you will have to suffer.
mhm.
If you know how you are working, oh, this is how I am working, this is how life is happening, then there is no question of having
Mhm.
to suffer the ego.
Okay, so Sebastian, as far as I know you, you have no traditions and you have no methodology. You have everything. What you have is on your own. You build up all these, experience just by living, uh,
Sure.
just living. Uh, but on the other hand, in spirituality, they do work and they try to measure and then do some distinctions between our faculties, what they are used for, like the mind. What does the mind do? What does the ego do? And stuff like that. Did you ever analyze all these before, or do you make an analysis ever? about measuring yourself?
Never felt so. There's no requirement.
Hmm.
Never felt so to measure the capacities, no. Since it is happening perfectly, the moment is perfectly experienced. So never had the intention to measure it.
Well, uh, okay. Shall we speak a little bit about? I will come to the wonderful living concept later, but we are speaking about the this subject, which is the consciousness. Yeah. So this consciousness is what exactly does it do for us? What is that? Can you speak about that? I mean,
Yeah, make us aware
everyone
of.
is wondering about what consciousness is, right?
Yeah,
Go
make
ahead.
us aware of how it is happening perfectly,
Hmm.
giving us the clarity of what is happening and where, how, all the details. With the consciousness, you can sense the reality the way it is happening. Quite simple. With your mind, you can sense what is happening around you and or what has happened around you. The past experience from the memory. The consciousness will give you the clarity of the existential reality.
Uh, but how can we make sure that the life itself is the reality or not? Because the Indian traditions, they have worked a lot of about a person, a human, and it's been generally said that the life what we're living is an illusion. You don't agree with this, Maya? There's no Maya for you.
Well, if it is a Maya, well, you just focus on that Maya. What can you do with that Maya? If it is an illusion, okay, is it working? And what is happening? Based on that, are you existing? Can you feel it? Are you getting along it? Or are you suffering that? Then, of course, if you are suffering, then you have to look deep into it. Why am I suffering? It's because of that Maya. Am I suffering? Then you have to focus. Why am I suffering? What is the problem? Then only you have to go further. If there is no suffering, everything is perfect, then what is wrong with Maya? There's nothing wrong with the illusion. If something is happening which is not good for you, then only you will go deeper into it. Then only you need to introspect. Then only you have to analyze, okay, where I have gone wrong. That is the moment to realize, oh, something I am not perfectly connected with.
Do you often check yourself, reset yourself, and look inside you that you are uh, living the consequences of your false perceptions? You might feel the false perception of what you're doing in life, and how do you reset that? Uh, how do you get rid of that
Ah,
reflection?
the fundamental performance of the body is expansion and
Uh,
contraction. It is always there within us. We cannot stop that expansion and contraction. And the consequence is you inhale and exhale. Since your body is expanding and contracting, that means all part of your body. All part of your body is expanding and contracting. And that gives us perfect clarity. Getting along with that gives you understanding of what is happening. So there is no question of conflict there. You just get along with that happening, the wonderful happening of expansion and contraction. Even while you're sleeping, this expansion and contraction is happening. There's no
mhm.
other technique. This is working 24 into 7. Getting along with that simply gives you your true nature.
Yeah. But we have to define here what is the feeling of contraction and what is the feeling of expansion exactly. Because I don't think many people, when they listen to you, they don't understand what contraction and expansion is. And it took me a year and a half probably to understand what that is.
That's because of the conditioned mind.
Mhm.
When you come with your experience, the sense of happening, when you feel yourself, when you feel yourself, then the feelings are connected with the happening of life. And who installed the life? Who is the authority of the life? The experience is the authority of the life, nothing else. How well you can experience, that will give the clarity of how it is happening. You don't have to go further. One cannot. One can only be with what is happening.
Mm.
It's very simple. Simply be with the happening.
No, I mean you probably use your attention. I think to feel the contraction,
Of course.
all kinds of contractions inside the body. Actually, all contractions happen in the body, right?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, the need for expansion is it comes naturally. The need, the necessity of the expansion comes as a necessity, as a must. So because you feel too much contracted, and then you feel so depressed. So how to overcome these contractions? Is the expansion happening naturally by living, or some practice that?
Yeah, by sensing the space
Mm,
around it. If you're focused on the materials, then your expansion will get limited. If you focus on the space around you, so
mm,
that will give you the capacity to contract perfectly and
mm,
digest everything that is coming to you. Then you will expand again. So if you are not able to expand further, the weight is required. That means you are stuck with the materials. You are not connected with the space. The required space is not in your experience. For example, the breath, the air around you, these you are inviting the air. That is the space that you are experiencing. Then
mhm,
the sound within that space. Then the light. So these light, sound, and breath. These are three connected with the expansion. The taste, touch, and the weight connected with the contraction.
mhm. Um, yes. The in the expansion part, you're saying that when contraction happens to you inside the body, I think since you have experienced a lot of contractions before, just by living your life, so you came to this recognition of the contraction. As soon as it happens, then you can reset yourself so fast. I think
Hmm.
this is what you're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah, but you take food. How does it get digested? By the contraction. A perfect contraction will digest the food very easily. If it is taking more time, that means you will be suffering the food. The food you have taken, because inside the food will start to change. So the earlier that you can digest it, the better you feel. So you have to eat food with perfect sense of that food that you're eating.
Mhm.
If you cannot eat your food with a perfect sense, then how are we going to live wonderfully? Not possible.
Well, food is another example, but I'm talking about, let's say, that someone has annoyed you, and then normal person is annoyed automatically, and then it gets angry and stuff like that. The psychological conditioning, it makes you get angered.
Mm.
Uh, so these emotions that happening in the body, that negative uh, emotions, as soon as you sense those emotions, what do you do? I'm sure that you're also uh, experiencing some stress
Yeah, of
sometimes.
course, of course.
Yeah.
The stress and strain is happening because of the decisions that we have taken, and we are trying to stick with the decision rather than discarding this decision. If you can discard our decision very easily, you don't have to keep yourself with the decision. If the decision is not working with a particular person, discard it immediately and try to see what is fitting with that particular person. That's enough. That's enough. That will give you a stress-free life.
But Sebastian, this is when you say discard. This is still in the domain of the mind. Uh, so we cannot speak about the consciousness working for this contraction yet. I think.
Not only for the mind, it's for your feelings also as well. We have feelings. We have
Mhm.
that feelings. Oh, what is happening to me? Not to my mind. Mind is only a reflected aspect of the past experience. It is a stored. It's a stored memory of many things. Okay, when you feel it, when you can feel yourself, what is happening? The feelings should be very important. What you are feeling, when you can consider the feeling, okay, a stable rhythmic feeling, always connected with the right sense, that will give you an efficiency of understanding how to define what is happening in the present situation. It will not be, you will not be controlled by the mind. Instead you will be you will be maintaining the sense through that feelings. What am I touching? Is it favorable for my existence or not? So that according to that you can make certain changes.
Well, okay. Do you believe that the mind and all the faculties of what we possess are working for our survival? Is this everything inside us? Is this for our survival mechanism?
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, naturally working, right? The
No,
immune
of
system and
course,
everything.
of course.
Yeah.
When you campaign all your senses together, that gives you a better clarity of how to maintain yourself in the given space.
So you also we need to explain the space. What the space stands for here. Like the space is the free zone that you're using, right? The free
Yeah,
zone that you.
space is the emptiness around you.
Mhm.
Emptiness around you, what you don't have, the ignorance part. We can explain it in many ways.
Mm.
First it is an explanation for the mind. But when you sense yourself, there is a space around it. There's a free space, zero space around you, which is giving you the perfect sense of your individuality. It's not based on your comparison with others. You never can have the comparison give you a perfect understanding of how you are there. It's by sensing yourself from what you are not and what you are. So for that, you should have the sense of ignorance around you, the unknown dimension around you.
Mm.
That will give you, okay, this is what am
Is it
I.
like a retreat zone for you? Like a retreat zone? Like
It is
you.
it is not a retrieval. It's a position. It is a real position where you are positioned without being possessed by anything. When you are possessed by something, then you cannot have this clarity. You don't get yourself possessed by anything. Just to sense that position where you are positioned. From
Mm.
there only you can have the clarity of the space around you.
Well, when you say it's a position, do you try to uh, are you analyzing the current moment there? What are you doing when you're saying position? You're switching positions, right, to the space area zone. So what exactly is what is done in this space?
Yeah, with space gives you the clarity of how you are, what is happening to you. With the space, you can understand your body pressure and the
Mm,
happening perfectly.
okay.
See, when I'm talking with you, see, you are responding, and that is giving me a particular sense. Okay,
Mm.
it's related. It's with the created. So with the space, it is not with the created. It's with the process of creation that is happening only within me. When it is between, that is one to one. It's with the created. Okay, that is you and me is with the created. When it's with the free space, that is the only the creation that is happening within me. It's got
Okay.
nothing to do with the created. So this separation is very important. If
Mm.
you are not aware of the creation and the created, the relationships are there. With
Right, right.
the creation, life is happening continuously.
So can we call this zone? Is it the consciousness zone?
From there, you will have the clarity of that is the leap into the consciousness. That is the
Mm,
first step. As you sense
mm,
the zero, the ignorance of your mind, I don't know. What you don't know, I
mm.
don't know anything. That nothingness, my mind cannot pursue. Then that means there is an unknown dimension around you. You feel it. Feel it. Still, you are there. There's nothing wrong, even though you don't know. There is nothing wrong. It is not about the mind, it's something beyond the mind. So, you see, once you are able to maintain there for some time, you naturally will get connected with the consciousness. It
Well,
will happen.
I don't think I can get there without a meditative state.
Ah, that's okay because you are trained too much with the mind, so that you are training your mind to meditate. Sit in one place, get your attention to a particular spot, and all this you are training your mind. See, focus on the body function. You don't
Mhm.
have to worry about meditation or training or anything. Just focus every time it is expanding and contracting. This expansion contraction is happening always. So as you get along with this naturally, your mind will start to calm down. You are okay, you are experiencing yourself. Then you don't have to worry about what is going to happen. It's happening. The happening is perfectly within your sense. Once you are in tune with the body sensation, with the life sensation, then okay, there's nothing else. I don't have to worry about anything. This is happening quite naturally.
Mm.
Then you are getting along with the rhythm of life. Rhythm of life means it's an universal alignment. Very simple. A
Okay.
very symbol is very powerful since it is happening with everything in harmony with everything, day and night, month, year. It is in rhythm with everything, and you will be feeling aha quite naturally. It's very simple. You don't have to expect anything. You are not expecting anything. Our expectation is actually draining us. It's quite tiresome. When you expect something and you got something, you feel it is good. Whatever you feel good is actually going to be very bad for you eventually. Don't
Mhm.
think good, live good.
So I think you, with your mind, just correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I see you, you have accomplished a lot with your mind, also, because some of the things that you're telling me are in the mind zone. Like, distracted, get rid of it, and then, you know, uh, the mind. Are you doing that, or are you? How do you exhaust the mind? Does your mind exhaust? I mean, like, gets out of energy. How does that possible?
Well, see, mind is like a toys for a toddler.
Hmm.
Mind is like a toy for by like toys for the toddler. So you can put it, play it, break it, rebuild it anytime. Like the Lego, what we use it for building toys. Ah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it's like it. You can make it
Hmm.
and you can break it anytime. That won't break you. But since so many are focusing on the mind only, and when the mind breaks, they are breaking down. It's only an illusion. It's a fabric of the mind. When it breaks down, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. There's no worries. When the mind is breaking down, you are still stable, you are perfectly all right. But when once you get along with the mind and you think that everything is breaking down, definitely you will have that feeling. That's it.
Okay.
Like a
So
child playing with cards, building a house. A small wind came and it distracted that card house. So
mhm.
similarly, that's all.
Okay, let's move on to the attention. Okay, the attention is obviously a very big tool for a human to uh, to know the what zone you are in, and what exactly is happening, and then what is being through this attention you can uh, discern things. You can this make the distinctions of what's happening or what is working inside you. So how do you use the attention? Do you turn inside and use the attention, or do you also use the attention by watching the objects and the life itself? Which attention is working
First,
where?
one should understand what attention is.
Mm,
Attention is bringing together. That gives you attention.
mm,
What is scattered is brought together. That will give you attention. For example, you take a needle and you take a thread. You want to pull the thread through that hole. For that, you
mhm,
need attention. As you're bringing together. So you just see if your hands are too strong, if you're holding it very tight, you cannot do it. You just relax, release, and if efficiently you can pull the thread through the needle. If your
yeah.
hand is very strong, you are holding it very tight, then that is not possible. If you relax, then you can pull the thread through the needle because of attention. See, when you're driving a car, if you're very strongly holding the steering, no,
Mhm,
you are relaxed. That means your attention is perfect. So when your
right.
body is trained, you are losing attention. You relax, means it is communicating together very easily. Attention brings you clarity, but you should have the perfect sense of awareness, your position. You're standing on two legs. That means you are giving good attention. Stand on both your legs.
Mm,
Be free. Then you can have attention. Why you don't have attention? Because you're focusing on something, you want that, and you are losing your attention. You are focusing only on gaining something that gives you pressure, unwanted pressure build up.
mhm,
That's where you lose attention. You're focusing on something and you think you are giving attention. Actually, you are losing attention.
mhm.
You
Yes,
are
I realize this. Sorry, did I interrupt?
no, go on.
Okay, so you are not talking about this old tradition, the Hindu, explored consciousness, and then all these methods that has been brought to surface by the ancient people of India. This seems like a completely different way of living and completely different standard for spirituality.
Are we going to imitate our life? No, we cannot
Mhm,
imitate life. We don't have to imitate life. How can imitation be possible? You just live how well you can understand. What is your sense of awareness? Not what others have taught you. But each and everyone has got an authority to sense the reality. You don't have to fix it. One shouldn't fix it. You are fixed perfectly and it's functioning perfectly. Just have your sense the way you want it. You express it the way you want it. Don't think about what others will. No, what you will or what I can. What is my sense of awareness? Can I enjoy my what is within my? That's it. You don't have to convince anyone that I am living wonderfully. No, you are experiencing the wonder of being. When you are trying to fix it, that you are okay for someone, then definitely you will face problems after many problems. Just
Mhm.
enjoy, get along. Oh, your heart is beating. Ah, it's wonderfully beating. You are having a good sleep. Aha. You can drink water, have food, and
Mhm.
many things that is coming. That's from within. Okay, that gives you how to maintain. You don't have to
But
report to someone. You're living comfortably. You don't have to report, get a certificate from someone. No.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You don't have to report, but most of us do. I have to report.
Yes, that's where things go wrong. And your report, it's not they don't accept it. And you are trying to convince someone who cannot accept your report. And that's where struggle starts, suffering starts.
Mhm.
If others are not convinced by what you are doing, what you are saying, then you suffer. Why should you suffer? If others, their stupid mind cannot be in rapport with what you are saying, it's not your mistake. But why should you suffer if someone cannot understand you? Don't you understand yourself?
Mhm.
That's the only important thing. You understand yourself. As long as you are not trespassing, you are not going into someone's space, disturbing their self. Okay, it's fine. Leave your space. Keep you within your space. Enjoy that life. And everything
Okay.
around you. One doesn't have authority to disturb anything around. You know, if you disturb something around, definitely you will be disturbed.
Mm. Uh, when when you are living within the community and let's say family, how does the responsibilities happen to you? Like, people, they give you the responsibility sometimes, but on the other hand, do you accept them as they come, or when do you make this decision that the responsibility becomes yours? How
Res-
does it happen for you?
Responsibility. You have to respond according to your ability only. You
Mm,
cannot go beyond.
mm,
You have to respond according to your ability only. When you try to fix your ability, oh, I can do this and that, you're claiming your ability, then quite naturally you will suffer. If your responsibility, if it is your true responsibility, then you are enjoying your responsibility. The more you are into your responsibility, the more capabilities will get exposed. One shouldn't suffer responsibility. One should always enjoy your responsibility. Here I am sitting and talking with you. If this is my responsibility, what is wrong? There's nothing wrong in here taking a conversation with you, a good conversation. There's nothing wrong in having responsibilities. But one should know what your responsibility.
mm.
Respond only to with your abilities. Don't imitate. Don't fabricate a responsibility. No, he will only suffer.
Okay, this is, let's make this, let's say the responsibility of the humanity. Do you have some kind of responsibility? Do you feel this responsibility for the humanity?
Yeah, maintaining yourself in
Or
the
yeah.
most convenient way possible is the best responsibility for the society. If I am not aware of what is happening to me, I am definitely making the society very bad. Just to maintain my responsibility is to remind the way I am supposed to be, the way it is created, being what you are, understanding myself in its reality is the best responsibility that I can take for the society, for humanity. That will give everyone what they are supposed to do.
But normally, some kind of responsibility, like the society's responsibility that is given by the society, that makes some kind of stress on per people. Like, you have to like behave so majestically, and you have to be so good, and you have to like pay respect to everybody, and then think about everybody and stuff like that. This is actually
Because
out of you. This is like everybody else, but not you.
no, you are expecting a reward also.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that's the reason you are expecting a reward from the
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
That's why you are expecting a reward. That's why you are socially connected. Your social responsibilities are because you are going to get something from the. Then then who can help it? No one can. If you're
Yeah.
expecting a reward, then you're working for the reward only.
So one time I remember that you said you didn't like the compliments as well as criticizing. You accept the criticizing, but you don't like compliments. How so?
Yeah, if I'm enjoying the compliments, that means I am belittling myself.
Mm.
I'm much more than your compliments. A little bit more than your compliments always.
But in what way? Because compliments, when I compliment you, a person compliments you, they have already raised you someplace.
Yeah,
So
then tomorrow or the next day they will put you down also.
okay, they're trying to shape, you know, the other person. They are trying to shape. That's why the compliments they require you that you become some certain way in front of that complimenter. They expect you to behave like
Yeah,
the way they
definitely.
expect to.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. If you are complimented and you are enjoying that compliment, then also you'll be working for that compliment again. You
Mhm.
are expecting compliments because its compliments might soothe you for a while, but that will not shape you. That will not shape you. Definitely
Mhm.
not. What is shaping you is working continuously. What is shaping is working continuously. That is not temporary. What is permanent? You are connected with the permanent, which is happening 24 into 7. So compliments cannot work. Compliments is always outside your box.
Mhm.
So don't entertain compliments. You are actually fooling another person also. You're
Mhm.
fooling. Oh, why should we compliment each other? It's happening perfect. That compliment is happening perfectly in the presence of another human being. You are complimented when you are facing another human being. You don't have to fabricate a compliment. It's quite naturally happening. In the presence of another human being, we are more alive. That's what we need to understand, sense, with awareness, that togetherness, which is giving you a wonderful opportunity to
Mhm.
open into the subtle aspects of ourselves. When you are together, two-person together, three together, more together, then what is subtle is turned into gross very easily. So the togetherness is the most richest aspect of our existence. How well you can associate together as an individual. Okay, I can sense this much. Together, we can sense it more and more,
Mhm.
not getting separated. We are here because of the male and female. So it is an union. It's an union. We cannot be alone and maintain your life now. It's always an union. So association, the we factor is very important. Someone
Mhm.
in the olden days, they cannot associate with, they have gone to some, okay, it's a remote area and they came out with something. Okay, that's fine for them because they remain as an individual. We are together. How we can be. It's not about an individual. No, it's about us. We are living. We are together. There are plant life, there are animal life, there are insects, and many things. So everything is sharing the space together. So it is about the we. It is not about the one. It's
Mhm.
about the we. How can we be together?
Mhm. Um, when you say this, this reminds me of the oneness and then the singularity. That being as one. This is what it is, right? I mean, you're talking about the unity and the oneness and the singularity, actually,
Exactly.
right?
The attention, the attention gives you clarity. So getting us together, getting together, staying together with another person as one, that gives you a much better sense. If you can be with another person, share with another person, your clarity develops. It's not compromised. It's
Mhm.
being complemented perfectly with life. It's not a compliment from his mind, it's a compliment from life itself.
Mhm.
When the presence is felt.
So you never speak technically, but after we have built the wonderful life room house, we departed for a year and a half, and then after this, I have carried my spiritual path for myself for a year and a half, and then I've dived into so many technical terms and about spirituality. You never speak about these technical words, so I'm not. I was going to ask you, but I decided it's better not to ask. So let's take. Do you want to take some questions from the chat, or
Yeah,
what would you
chat.
like to do?
Well, now I'm not in a convenient position to go
I
into
can
the.
read it. I
Okay,
can
okay, okay. Then go on.
see. Some people, they I don't think they still understand what contraction and expansion is. So let me read this to you. Ramita is asking, will your expansion and contraction help in spiritual growth, Mr. Sebastian?
Well, expansion and contraction. See, spiritual is something that Tolga has put into into the conversation. Actually, you are living. We are living. It's not about spiritual. It's about the clarity. We need clarity about what is happening to us. It's a combination of many things together. The one is what we call as one is many things. There is water. There is food. There are many things is making us possible. So expansion means just defining it, just defining or what it is. If it could expand, what is making it expand? It's because of the connection. If you are not connected, then you will not expand. Finished. You are done. You contract and finish. So
Mhm.
you are expanding means you are connected with something, and what it is, you can contract and feel it. Contract. It will digest. Then you will have the awareness. Oh, this is how it is. You feel it eventually, slowly, steadily. You can focus on the expansion and contraction. You will understand how the system is working. The formation will give you information. Don't
Mhm.
gather a lot of information and try to fix into you. No. Your formation itself is your information.
Yes, all the information is within uh, the realm of, uh, is it, should I say consciousness or in the body?
well, see,
The
why you want to call
consciousness,
it?
yes, the consciousness and scope everything. So,
Yes, yes, it
so
encompasses everything.
compose, yeah.
Yeah, it is the physicality. We don't have to call spirituality. Focus on the physicality. You're walking
Mm.
on two legs. Okay, how well you can walk on two legs? You have to start from the physical reality. When you can maintain that physicality with perfect sense of the happening, eventually, okay, you are getting into a subtle aspect of your existence. That's what is happening. It simply happens. Start working where you can. You don't have to try for something or just to sense what is happening in the present moment. Get along with due respect of whatever you are doing, the activities that is going on, the movements. The movements is very important. You are moving. What is making that movement? To understand, then you have to focus on the movements. Then you can understand the moment. Oh, this is what is happening to me. When the me is perfectly in your awareness, then we can associate with the one more person. Once the I is identified, okay, this is my capacity, then, oh, then quite naturally, you have to associate with the one more person. And if you can associate with one more person in life, that means definitely you have something more in your life. Don't stand alone. Be with someone.
Mm.
Associate with someone. If there is similarity, if there is life within you, there is life in other person also. So
Should
life
you
should.
sign? Should you sign any contracts with that person?
No, no, no. You don't have to. You don't know agreement. The
Mm,
agreement is by the universe. For millions of years, the agreement of the universe for the life is here. Is
mm,
perfectly there. Not without any contamination.
mm,
So the agreement of the universe is there. Why should we make an agreement not record? We are trying to sense more about ourselves, not about making a agreement. If you make agreement, it is from the mind, and mind is from the past. So you are turning yourself backward.
mm.
No agreements record. If you are living, we will never make any agreements. No, we don't have to. When failure hits your mind, that's where you put a agreement. If
Mhm.
failure is in your doorstep, then quite naturally you will take precaution, and your precaution will not enhance you, will cripple you only.
Okay, there's a hard question for you. What is your definition of love?
Nothing. It's nothing. See, when
Uh,
you maintain that nothingness, it's love flowing.
mm,
When you want something, when you are for something, there is no love. It's only an attraction. When you are for nothing, aha, you don't want anything because you're full. You're full, you're perfect. That's the order of love. It is not, it is away from all the disorder. It's a perfect alignment with everything.
mm.
Simple.
Is the love in the realm of consciousness, or is love in the realm of material world?
It's about totality. We
Huh.
cannot separate this and that. It's always together. It's always together. The oneness. The physicality itself is the realm of the space.
Mm,
It's happened because of the certain circumstance in this
mm.
particular position. That's all.
So you define love as the unity itself, the property of the unity
With
is love.
everything. With everything.
Yeah. What do you how can we reduce this to, person to person, when we think we are in love, for example? Why do we think that we are in love? Are we mistaking this love term? I think we are mistaking it.
Yeah,
What?
love and like.
Uh-huh.
Like is connected with attraction.
Hmm.
Love is not an attraction. Love is a sense of awareness, a simple sense of awareness. Oh, wow, this is how it is. It's simply a position, perfectly maintained. Like means similarity, attracting. It's an attraction. It's a force of attraction. Like I like that. I like this. I like that person. I like this person. I like that place. It's just a similarity working.
Mm.
That is for the body. That is for the created body. That is there, of course. We don't have
Mm.
to deny the like and love. Both are different experience for us.
Okay, is there any possibility of finding a soulmate? Let's say, is there a person for everyone which completes that person? Like completes, like when they are combined, they make the unity, like for good, for all life. Is
Yeah.
this possible?
Yeah, of course. It is like the dark and the brightness.
Hmm.
It's like the heavy and the light. So we are in unison. See, we without male and female, we have to understand what female is. Female is the gravity side, and masculine is the space side. So these two, if there is no gravity, we wouldn't be here. It's because of gravity attracting us. That's the reason for this body taking this form. So the representation of gravity is the feminine. That's the feminine energy. So in everyone, in every time, there is attraction and there is also the opposite of attraction. It is the so these two together, togetherness. That's where the fusion is happening.
Hmm.
That's what we call as the heart feeling. The heart, not the physical heart that which is working within you. The
Hmm.
heart heart of everything.
Okay.
So
I
associating with someone, or whoever it is, association, that
Mhm.
makes your awareness very easily. You don't have to sit in one corner and meditate and have clarity. No, you just be in the field. Always be active, work perfectly, sense. Always you are working. You don't have to sit in one space and do some meditation. No, you keep working, be aware, you are active, your body is sensing, life is happening. So every moment you are having better clarity. You are not getting old. You have to get younger and younger.
Mhm.
More
Yeah.
life, more empowered, more richness.
Sebastian, let me ask you a small question. Just stand silent for 5 seconds and tell me if you can hear your heartbeat.
Yeah, always.
Always. You can?
the heartbeat. The heartbeat is giving you the sense.
Uh-huh.
The heartbeat gives you the sense.
Yeah.
Any part of your body, you touch here, you can sense the heartbeat. Touch it anywhere.
Uh-huh.
You touch here, the heartbeat is there. Any part of your body, the heartbeat is there.
Hmm. That is pretty interesting because I cannot sense it.
But you have many more senses than that. That's the reason. You are having many more senses.
Uh-huh. No, no. I just asked this question. I knew you would say yes. I can feel it because you're so experienced within your body. You examine it thoroughly, and all these experiences should have matured in a way that now I assume that you would feel your heartbeat, and it's a special case, actually. It is.
This is the most important thing. If you don't feel your heart, then you are lost. You are nowhere. You cannot understand where you are. The heartbeat, it gives you the sense. It gives you the sense. How will you go numb? How do you go numb? When you're holding on to something and you want that, then your circulation is arrested.
Mm.
And you are wasting yourself. You are having yourself. You don't want anything. You cannot have anything and enjoy your life. You don't want anything. And that's the way you can enjoy your life. You can have food and all those things. There's nothing wrong. But don't try to fix anything into yourself. You
Mhm.
can be a millionaire. There's nothing wrong in making money. No, that's not it. You don't have to connect yourself with anything around. It's connected already. We are
Mhm.
connected properly. Just to focus on the function. You don't have to imitate a function. You are functioning perfectly.
Right. Okay. So, Sebastian, how long do you think we should?
I think
Uh,
it's almost done. We have almost done for 60 minutes more than.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
We are 63 minutes in.
yes. So shall
Well,
we call it a day?
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
this was the first live event, right?
sure.
For
This is the
for
first live. Yeah.
Okay. So as your first disciple, I'm glad that I'm honored.
No, there is no disciple. No. We
I'm
are
just
all
kidding.
equal.
I'm kidding.
We all are equals.
Yeah.
So
Right. Right.
we are signing
Okay.
off. We are
All
signing
right.
off for the day.
All right.
May more videos like where more options like this happen sooner. Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye. Bye everyone.
Bye.